Hello everyone and welcome back to VLADA'S Place. In this video, I'm going to share a recipe how to make amazing pot de crème. Actually, the recipe is my neighbor Joe's recipe and he makes it so good that I absolutely had to share it with you. He's a retired dentist, but his true love turns out to be baking and he's exceptional at it.
Okay, in this particular situation, I'm making a batch and a half. So I'm using about 2 1/4 cups of heavy cream. I'm using about 3/4 of a cup of whole milk. I'm using 4 1/2 ounces of bittersweet chocolate. And I'm going to use about 1.5 ounces of unsweetened chocolate. The chocolate is going to be chopped up very finely because it has to melt into the
milk and cream.
Into the milk. Mm-hmm. The hot chocolate milk mixture will be added to, in this case, it's 6 eggs and about a little, maybe 5 tablespoons of sugar and 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. I add the sugar to the eggs.
I have told you many times what a perfectionist he is when he bakes, and this is just one of the reasons why his baked goods are so good. So once he's done with making this pudding, if you will, he's going to strain it to make sure that there are no lumps. So we're going with milk and cream. And you just
milk and cream.
Are you going to boil this or just bring it to the warm temperature?
I'm actually going to bring it to a boil.
Okay.
A very slow boil.
So do you gradually increase the temperature or you can just put it on a high right away?
Well, I just watch it. You have to watch it carefully. Okay. And then to that I'm going to add the chocolate that's been chopped up.
Okay, very good. Okay.
And it's important to chop the chocolate finely so that
it melts
quickly. Melt. I'm just mixing the egg yolks. These are only the yolks.
Only the yolks, okay. 6 egg yolks, sugar, and a little bit of salt.
And a little bit of salt.
It's very important to mix egg yolks and sugar really well until the mixture becomes almost like a foam. I should also mention that prior to starting with mixing, Mr. Joe has laid these individual dishes in a baking pan with some water. So we are gonna semi-boil and semi-steam this pudding. And we already have the oven preset on 300 degrees.
Okay, once the milk comes to a light boil, you can actually shut it off and add the chocolate. Hopefully it'll all dissolve.
That makes one mean chocolate milk. Cream and chocolate, it can get better than that. Chocolate should melt within the first couple of 3 minutes.
Okay, after you incorporate the chocolate with the egg yolk, you can mix it a little bit, and then this probably is not necessary, but since egg coagulates once in a while, and this is supposed to be a nice velvety custard, I run it through a piece of cheesecloth. And it goes through very easily. I poured the chocolate into this Pyrex container, and it just makes it a little more easier to fill these ramekins.
Ramekins? I have never heard that word before. You see, guys, once you're a foreigner, you never stop learning the language. Ramekin. I'm gonna remember that. It already looks as if it was cooked. It's thick, it's very smooth. So we're gonna put it in an oven for how long?
About 30 to 35 minutes.
Oh.
It's only at 300 degrees, so I should be able to get one more out of here. Okay, once the ramekins have been filled, and the water's been added around the base of the ramekins. Cover them with foil, and then poke them with a fork to leave out a little extra steam. We'll use for about 30 to 35 minutes at 300 degrees.
For some of you who are following us on YouTube, you might notice that I have done a few other recipes with Mr. Joe. And I try to capture as many as possible because he, as I said, is an exceptional baker. Once done, allow pot crème to chill for at least 3 to 4 hours. Ideally, you would want to leave it overnight. It's best served with whipped cream and a side of your favorite berries. So easy to make, it's delicious, and it's incredibly creamy. Thank you, Mr. Joe, for an amazing recipe, and to the rest of you, I want to invite you to join us on our YouTube channel and hopefully send us your likes, your comments, and your suggestions for the future videos. Thank you guys, and we'll see you soon again.